I have enjoyed his work for quite some time, and now he plays Jamie Foxx's father, his dad, in the Netflix original series Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me, that does have Jamie Foxx in it as well. He is David Alan Grier here on The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, sir?
You know, there's one reason, and one reason only, I continue to come back on The Rich Eisen Show.
Why is that, sir?
I think you all know. It's for your magnificent mugs. They are, in my opinion, the greatest mugs I have ever had. I wish I were there live. Damn COVID.
Yes.
I'd risk it for another mug. That's all I'm telling you.
Now, let's talk about these mugs, David, because I personally quality control them. This isn't just a small little cup of coffee type mug. This is an absolute, fist of Joe. Yeah. Like, this is a serious situation that we've got.
I don't know how many ounces, but it's a belly full. Not only that, the graphics are to the point, not crazy. I received quite a few mugs in my career. I kind of collect them. I don't want to toot my own horn.
Okay.
Yeah, but you guys didn't go over the top. You know, you can go all the way over the top by, artisan relief kind of sculpture of you, Rich Eisen's face and head on the mug. It's too much. That's way too much. Hand painted. Probably the cheapest mug I ever got was Access Hollywood, and they just stuck like a sticker on it that said Access Hollywood.
Like, you mean like one of those T-shirts, like that they would just like hot press something on the mug? We don't do that. No, this is we're not messing around.
Yours is much better. It had to be something like that, and every time I wash it, I think it's going to come off. To their credit, it's never come off, but it's not something you're proud of. You understand?
No, please.
I'm not.
I said I want a huge ass mug, and that's the way I said it.
Language.
Correct you. And I said I want a smudge-free mug. I can't have a smudge-free. And so, what are your mugs? What are your most prized mugs that you have?
Well, I got a really great mug in Canada from this TV station, but the problem was it smudged. Like, they're all ceramic. I don't know what they did, but the graphics on it smudged, and that's not cool, man. Come on. First of all, you're putting coffee. Coffee goes into our bodies, and we all know, Rich, our bodies are our what?
They're our temple.
Okay, well,
they're a temple. They're our temple. No, they're our temple, David.
A little late for that. You're going to get cut. You're not going first string. But anyway,
thank you.
That was really a drag because I really like that mug. But not to go on and on. I love your mug. Okay.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. And I think you're also referring to my actual face, David, and I feel the same way about you. So what if I had told you back in the day when you were on Living Color with Jamie Foxx that you'd play his father one day? What about that? What would you have said?
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised, man, because you have to understand, I think it was Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder. The first film they ever did together, I think she played Johnny Depp's little sister. They're the exact same age, by the way. A few years later, she played his classmate. Then she played his love interest. And then she played his ex. And then she played some old lady that he would never date because she's too old for him. They're exactly the same age. So that's Hollywood aging. And, yeah, man, I'll play the father.
Okay.
I mean, that was no problem. It's 11 years. I have 11 years on Jamie Foxx, and I looked this up. I did research.
Yes.
It is possible biologically for an 11-year-old to father a kid. So, expect a very special
You're
episode.
such a realist, David. You're such a stickler. You're a professional. Pardon me. You're a professional. You're a professional.
Well, what I was laughing at is like when it was announced on Twitter, all of a sudden, all these genealogists were like, "Hold on, that's not in the realm of reality. We're doing a sitcom, man. We're not doing like a HBO limited series biopic."
Yeah, right.
Right.
Oh my gosh. What's your favorite, I guess, in living color memory with Jamie?
Well, okay. One of them was we did a sketch with James Brown where we played these two old black barbers. And first of all, James Brown's hairdresser was his wife at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, we were instructed and told sternly, you are to refer to James Brown as Mr. Brown. And number three, finally, do not touch his hair. The whole sketch was about him getting a bad haircut. And, James Brown is one of my all-time superhero greats. I mean, I've loved him since I was a little kid. I was so nervous. I'm not going to say the performance was amazing because I was so nervous. They took this piece of hair and they pinned it to the back of his head. And I was like, excuse me, Mr. Brown, I have to gently put my left hand on your shoulder, sir, Mr. Brown, and I will, is that okay? And he was like, yeah, go ahead on there, but don't touch my hair. So I was really, really nervous because I didn't want to get yelled at by James Brown.
So nobody Mr. Brown, from what I just heard. Nobody vetted that when they're writing a skit about giving James Brown a bad haircut that he didn't want his hair touched. So what actually happened, David? No?
Hey, man, you would have thought that's a different time, man. Because first of all, James Brown was in full perm mode.
Yeah.
His hair was absolutely permed up and had a dipsy-do, had a curl in the front. He was done.
Yeah.
And number two, the reason why, maybe a lot of people don't know this, James Brown grew up in the segregated South. He shined shoes when he was a little boy. There was so much racism there. No black man was ever referred to by their proper name. They were all called boy. So for James Brown, once he got successful, he demanded that you called him Mr. Brown.
Sure.
But that's really what it went back to. But on that morning, it was not Black History Month. I was just, my rectum was very tight. Very tight. I didn't want to screw up. Sorry, Mr. Brown. Sorry, Mr. Brown. No.
Oh,
it was
my.
Very, very nervous.
So you and Jamie Foxx went through that together, essentially,
yes,
that experience.
Yes, we did. And so when James Brown died, I was, texting all my friends. We were like, God, I can't believe James Brown is dead. And I was like, man, I never got to work with that. Yes, I did.
That's right.
And the memory came back. The memory came back. And by the way, whenever I come in with the scissors, because I was the barber who was supposed to cut his hair.
Oh my gosh.
His wife would lean right over me, and she'd be like, "Don't cut his hair. Don't cut his hair." So it was a hard day.
Oh my gosh. David Alan Grier here on the Rich Eisen Show. So now here you are in 2021 doing a show called, again, Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me, available today on Netflix with Jamie Foxx and you playing his dad. Again, that does have to be fun, surreal, the whole 9 yards all together.
You know what? It's just crazy. Like, we were standing on the set when I first got there. And by the way, we shot this last summer. And the whole thing started with, I was in New York. I was doing this revival of Soldier's Play on Broadway. And we were shut down. All of Broadway was shut down. So right around that time, I get a text from one of my agents that says, would you be open to having a conversation with Jamie Foxx? Well, I was like, yeah, because I know what's going to happen. This is a Tarantino thing, man. We're going to do like Django 2. My ship has come in, baby. It's Oscar time. We're going to be like mean lieutenants and maybe a hard-nosed army flick. And I was like, yes. So Jamie calls. I'm like, dude, what's up? What's up? And Jamie said, look, man, I'm doing this project. I said, yes, go on. And he said, I'm doing a sitcom. I was like, wait, what? He said, I wanted to go back to sitcom. I was like, oh, okay, all right. then he talked to me all about it, and I really did get excited. And he said, listen, did I offend you when I asked you to play my father? So it was like elation, disappointment,
yes,
super elation, and it started crumbling immediately. Like, hey, I want you to do this job. Did I offend you? I was like, no. And so he said, because, we don't have to make it your dad. You're my dad. And I was like, no. We can do this. We can, don't do it. No, let's just do this. So it all worked out, man. And he was convincing. I mean, it really was my talk with Jamie that convinced me to go back to work. I mean, I frankly didn't know how we were going to go back to work.
Right.
We were like a block from where we shot in Living Color. It's right in town, which was good. I didn't want to travel. This last summer, and I'm like, Netflix sent like a 14-page protocol, on how they had it locked down, and the set was going to be locked down. And I was like, okay, cool. And we ventured out, and it was really fun. It was good. It was really cool. And
so is that gray beard that you sport in this program, is that a natural color, David, or did we have to?
Let me tell you something, man.
What?
I don't do anything. I put a little oil in my beard.
Okay.
I am as amazed as everyone else. I've never knew I could grow a beard like this.
Yeah.
I never thought it would be white. I mean, one of the main things when you grow a beard, you just want hair on your face. Like, I didn't want a beard that had like patches.
Yeah, you can't connect
on the chin.
Yeah, you can't connect. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have somebody sit in a makeup chair and connect the spots. You can't do that.
Yes,
no.
And then. So the last time I shaved was a year ago, last March 13th or 12th,
right?
The day that Broadway was shut down, and I've just let it grow. I have to say it's magnificent. One of the coldest things that was ever said to me, I was on the set, the hair guy comes over to me, and he looked disappointed, and I was like, what's going on? He said, I thought your beard would be bigger. I was like, it's so cold, man. I mean, like I was like, well, it's damp, and when the humidity makes it shrink.
Yeah, right. Sure.
No, I don't put. Yeah, but I've never dyed it. They never added more beard or anything like that. My gloriousness.
You're natural.
Is all natural.
It is all natural, man. I love it. But by the way, that sounded like a character you just did. That the makeup artist who came up, the hair person.
He was a big black dude, but he was the dude. He was my beard guy, and he just said it with such sadness that I just felt like a loser.
But it's so glorious and natural, David Alan Grier. That's got to be a resume builder for him. Being David Alan Grier's beard guy has got to be. A bullet point on somebody, cool. It got to be a bullet.
But wait, when I grew it, then I was like I was too possessive because I said, listen, because, everybody would go, oh, we love the beard. As soon as you get a job, they go, yeah, what can we do about that beard? I was like, what are you talking about? You said you loved it. And I didn't want to cut the beard. So finally, when I just let go of it, I don't care. I know it'll grow back, and I'm like, I don't care. Since I have that attitude, nobody has asked me to cut the beard. So
I guess I'm mandated to ask you this question, David Alan Grier, as a farewell. No, I feel the need to do this, even though it is kind of asking you to work in a way, David. Please review Dad Stop Embarrassing Me, available today on Netflix as Men on Film.
As men, because listen, that was
Men on Film.
Years ago. We're so woke. You would have to find a real black gay critic to express his or her or their or its thoughts on this particular.
It's not like riding a bicycle where you can't just snap right into Men on Film. David, is that just?
I could, but society wouldn't. No.
Times have changed, is what you're saying.
Times have changed. You just don't want to be in that round table and utter the following words. But what's the big deal? I thought it was funny. You guys, okay, sorry. You just don't. So I can't do it, but I can do it. This is going to be hilarious.
Okay.
This is my new character, Gerald. And no one has seen or heard this guy.
David Alan Grier.
He's like a little, slightly older black actor, and he's talking about one of his projects. So he's gonna review Dad Stop Embarrassing.
Okay, sounds good.
And action. I liked it. I thought it was really a great show. And in particular, I liked David Alan Grier. Right?
Okay.
It's subtle. It's
Very
subtle,
good.
though.
You know what?
You know what I mean? But can you, if you saw me, I'm doing eyebrow work.
Very good. No,
I
I heard the eyebrow work through the phone. That's how damn good that was. And, some might say it's self-congratulatory. I think it's inspiring.
Thank you.
TJ, you have a question for David Alan Grier, TJ Jefferson?
Hey, Dag, what up? It's TJ. I was just wondering, what would Calhoun Tubbs have to say about it?
You guys, you know what? This is almost like NPR. You know what NPR does? Whenever there's a tragedy, it's like, what happened, sir? My house was burned down, and I know who did it. They have not been apprehended. Then the reporter says, do you have something you'd like to say to the arsonist? Not really. But, I mean, if you could talk to him right now, what would you say? Why'd you do it, man? You burned my house down. So you're asking me, what would Calhoun Tubbs
the blind blues singer.
Listen, I'm just going to do it so we can move on. Because I see where this is going. What would Mr. McAfee say about the show, David? What would he say? Calhoun Tubbs would say, I thought it was too long. Thank you very much. Okay, now.
Sometimes you just got to give the people what they want, David. Sometimes you just got to give the people what they want.
Wow. Yeah, you got to.
Wrote a song about it.
I don't, like I said, I know who I am. I'm a humble guy. But I remember I read this article about Outkast, and they had come back together, and they were doing like Coachella, but one of the guys really did not want to play the hits. Like every artist, he's like, I just want to play our experimental new stuff, read some poetry. And I think Prince talked to him. He said, look, man, you got to play the hits, brother. You got to play Bombs Over Baghdad, give them the hits. Then you can go off and do some experimental stuff, but you got to play the hits.
Yes.
So this is what I learned today talking to you guys.
You must play the hits. And you can also promote Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me, available today on Netflix with Jamie Foxx and Portia Coleman, Kyla Drew, Jonathan Kite, and this man, David Alan Grier. Thank you for the call and the laughs. You're the best. Truly appreciate it.
Listen,
Thank
man,
you.
I hope I can come in next time because I really need another one of those mugs.
You got it.
But I'm going to post.
Did you break yours, David? Be honest. Did you break yours? No,
I'm going to post. I'm going to take a picture of it and post it as soon as we get off the phone.
Please do it. At David Alan Grier, do that. Oh, last thing before I let you go, we were talking before you got on the phone because it's 100 days out to the Tokyo Olympics. Fill in the blank. If blank was an Olympic sport, I'd be a gold medalist. What would that be for you, David Alan Grier?
Man.
So just to give you some ideas,
if
Chris Brockman, my colleague across the way, said, go ahead, tell him what your Olympic sport would be.
Yeah, David, if I'm driving in the left lane and I need to cross 4 lanes in less than a quarter mile to make my exit, I'm making that exit.
I'm a 2-bounce tennis gold medalist.
Really?
Yes, if there was a second, if you were allowed to hit a ball.
What I'm going to do.
What do you got?
I'm going to tell you, I would say if a talk show guest were an Olympic sport, I would be on the medal platform because that means, first of all, you don't know what kind of show you're doing. This could be Sunday morning religious show. Go. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Also, the David Letterman just got sick. Now you're taking over the show. Go.
Go.
These are the compulsories. So I think that would be very interesting.
Okay. And instead of a medal, we'd give you a mug, a gold mug, just for you, David.
You don't know where that hit, man. That hit me so in my heart, man. Thank you.
You're the best. Guys, thank you for David.
Be aware. Your mug pick is coming shortly.
Very good. At David Alan Grier, everybody, keep your eyes peeled.
All right,
what up, baby?
There you go. And also on Instagram, everybody, right here on The Rich Eisen Show. My God, my sides and cheeks are hurting.
Just top notch.
How funny is that, man?
He's amazing.
How funny is David Alan Grier? Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.